Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gabriel Night, Scenes of the Fathers. Tonight we indulge in a point-and-click classic. I dreamt of blood upon the shore, of eyes that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black, as was her scented skin.
I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita? I'm sorry, but Gabriel is allowed. Oh, I mean, he's out. Yeah, if he ever comes back, I'll tell him. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Good morning. The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. Let me know when you want your messages.
Yeah.
Gee, you're lively. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Sort of.
I told you it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw up your karma.
I'm sure that's it. Maybe I should write a horror novel on passive resistance instead.
So don't sleep. It's your body. Anyway, your handheld tape recorder came today.
Really? Great.
I can't wait to see
Oh,
what
we do
human
need a
rights
handheld
you
tape
violate with
recorder.
This one.
I can't wait to violate them. For example, if you would just let me...
And I located some local voodoo references for you. Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps. Like yours.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. Well, if you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
The magnifying glass is a handy item for reading old manuscripts or the fine print on Gabriel's lease. Today's newspaper is on the counter. Grace keeps her art supplies here. Dramatic, isn't it? Why?
Alright, I need to be... in the ways of classic point-and-click
Mind if
adventures.
I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
No problem. I'm gonna take the tweezers for a bit.
Good. You're beginning to look a little scruffy.
Just trying to make you feel at home.
It's a bit warm in here.
I'm going out.
See ya.
Quite unceremonious, but understandable. Okay. Let's have the museum. Always feels like a good place to start.
Look around all you want.
Okay, thanks.
The back wall displays various voodoo items, such as a feathered African mask,
Could I ask you a few questions?
I wouldn't be much help. You should talk to Dr. John, the owner. He'll be back tomorrow.
I see. Thank you.
The doorway is already open.
Yes, opening doors. Seems like this might be the importance
I'll go
of...
then, thanks.
So long.
I think the importance of actually reading the manual of games at this age. Otherwise, I definitely need to be far more willing to...
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
Like, move it, right click. Skips dialogue as well. We don't want that.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
Okay.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Well, I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
Do you have messages for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Awesome.
Okie dokie. There's more when you want 'em.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
Yes, we have the meeting here.
I can't think of...
Okay.
Okay. So there's our... So we need to start with
See you later.
Good luck.
one of the two central locations, it seems. In theory, at least. So another museum will be relevant more on day 2.
Hi. Uh-huh. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Ask what you want, I'll answer what I want.
Understandable agreement.
Can you tell me what you know about voodoo?
This is a novelty shop, monsieur.
Welcome, darling. Congratulations on being first. How are you doing tonight?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Cabriz Sancourt.
What did you say?
Nothing. Those killings have nothing to do with my shop, monsieur.
Okay, so we do have a lead here.
What did you mean when you said Cabriz Sancourt?
I didn't say that.
You did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
If you say so.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I've lived here all my life, me.
I'm very glad to hear you. And I do look forward to hearing about the hunt.
Tell me about yourself.
My name's Willie Walker. I own the place.
I'm doing quite alright, thank you for asking. Okay.
It's a mannequin wearing a crocodile mask.
Alright, let's continue to explore the bar before returning to our bookstore. Let's start with the bartender, rather than bothering the patrons immediately.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? I don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's too. But it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
Okay.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
It's all over the papers. Some kind of serial killings.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Greatest city in the world. I never want to live anywhere else.
Does the phrase Gabriel sans corps mean anything to you?
You know what goes in it?
I don't think it's a drink.
Oh, then I probably don't know anything about it.
It is some very charming voice acting.
Tell me about yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
Okay. We know the bar patrons.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
This crowd, the ones you see, are mostly regulars. That guy and girl in the corner come here a lot. When they're not fighting, they're all over each other. In other words, they're in love.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes, you know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say, enough already.
Sounds like my life.
What about you, sir?
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here to relax, friend. Buzz off.
Right. Sorry.
So you did highlight these two in the corner.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm trying to be with my lady here, pal.
Farbit.
An accident dialogue on accident.
Excuse me. I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This isn't a game. It's a slaughter.
He's right, you know, so let me die in peace, would you?
Alright, so nothing new here. Immediately. Let's see what these square overlook.
Barb, these binoculars aren't going anywhere without a jack.
Okay, so this gives us a way to look at things going on in Jackson Square in advance.
There, there is nothing.
There's the exit. Alright. We hit the exit, does that leave the entire area, or... Yeah, it does bring us to another part of...
The other park visitors are enjoying their leisure and aren't interested in talking to Gabriel.
Okay, understandably.
Interrogating a mind would be an exercise in frustration.
Well, I never! Leave me alone, you man!
Well, no, it could be worthwhile. You never know until you try, after all, yes? Okay, so you actually provide us with at least some sort of conversation.
The drummer is busy.
Or not.
That wouldn't be particular.
Well, let's go ahead and leave the park then. Into the cathedral.
The chancel of St. Louis Cathedral consists of a raised dais, an altar, 2 pedestals, and a choir area. Gabriel cannot go in there. That's...
I'm going here at least.
Gabriel cannot see a way to use that. Gabriel doesn't have time to rearrange the ready room. Not to...
I can't resist black.
Well, we got something out of it then.
Please select the destination icon.
So everything's currently in the French Quarter.
Hi. Look around all you want.
Okay, thanks.
Nothing else really stands out here either.
I'll be gone now, thanks.
So long.
So we need to start it off with the phrase of Caprice encore.
Lucy, I'm home.
Oh, joy.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you know what caprice encore means?
No. Sounds French, though.
Could you do some risk?
Sure.
I can't.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing. These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
The books cannot be operated. Grace would...
Oh,
Hey, kids.
Bruno, how nice.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone in here. Are you going to sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
not likely.
Gee, is today the day that hell freezes over?
One needn't be rude.
That shelf contains historical references, biographies of kings and queens, that sort of thing. Under the window are reference books, dictionaries, foreign language dictionaries, quotation books, and others. Gabriel borrows them often when he's writing. The books cannot be operated.
Okay, so we definitely need to grab French dictionary.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Let's see, Mittag means midday, noon.
Gabriel leafs through a German... Gabriel leafs...
Himmel means...
Gabriel's life is a pulp novel.
I would think the of information around Caprice encore would be here.
Gabriel stopped talking to the books once Grace came to work here. Gabriel leaves through a German...
Okay.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Don't hurry back on my account.
Let's go back to our cycle debate.
Hi. Uh-huh.
The glass jars contain a number of things Gabriel can't identify.
And wouldn't want to.
Voodoo and hoodoo. The craft as revealed by traditional practitioners by Jim Haskins. Available at Dixieland Drugstore and other fine stores. The signs say, Special Saint Jean Eve, Lagnappe, free bottle of lover come back to me oil, or master gambling oil, with every purchase over $50.
Lagnappe. My French is lousy, but everyone...
So we do actually
Can I ask you
possibly have
just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
It's the biggest night of the year.
What goes on exactly?
I couldn't say.
Please select a destination.
Hi. Look around all you want.
Okay, thanks.
The back wall displays various voodoo items, such as a poster advertising a voodoo tour of the city, winters only. A striking portrait of a turbaned woman is on the back wall. Gabriel wonders who she might be. A street drummer has settled outside the museum. On the table is a small coffin, so small in fact that it would only fit an infant.
Charming.
It's a basket for donation to the Free Museum.
He's got more hair than Mosley.
An official voodoo wishing stone.
Let's start with something less inquisitive and more direct, perhaps.
So, how's the museum business?
I don't know. I don't normally work here.
Fair enough. So this definitely does not have any leads for us until the next day.
I'll be gone now, thanks.
So long.
I think you're better identifying what
Can I
is.
ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
You're better identifying what might give us a lead and what won't.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
All I know is it's some kind of voodoo holiday.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure. You want to know my son?
On second thought, I don't think you could help. Forget it.
A stereo and some old jazz albums occupy the back shelf. It's a bust of Napoleon. How apropos.
Yeah, I'm not certain what all I really expected there.
You bastard.
You're a sore loser, Sam.
What is it to really interact with otherwise in the church?
Lucy, I'm home.
Oh.
Got a minute?
What's up?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? Never heard of it. It must be a local custom. New Orleans love any excuse to celebrate.
Could you?
Sure. Okay.
The history books on that shelf don't interest Gabriel at the moment. Gabriel cannot take that. Gabriel's had all those books in the bathroom and doesn't care to read them again. The old medical reference books are useless to Gabriel. And Gabriel wouldn't dare touch Grace's oil paints. Times Picayune, dated June 18, 1993. The front page has an article about the voodoo murders. The article says that the victims are all identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic, and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioner. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution, and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
Yeah, that seems to bring up a new possible discussion point.
Got a minute, Grace? Tell me about yourself, Grace.
Yeah, right, Knight.
I mean it.
What do you want to know?
What do you do after work?
What do you do after work?
Well, I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You know, you can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me. Nothing.
Suit yourself.
Well, okay, there's a point. Yeah, when you have just a general chat with people. So normally you try to just have a general
I'll
chat
be back
with
later.
many
Good
people
luck.
yet. Let's go. This has been the main place we've gotten anything new.
Hi. Uh-huh. Hi there. Is this your store?
This is a Dixieland drugstore, and I own it, me. Name's Walker, Willie Walker.
Okay, so that's makes sense of what we can get there. We could see about talking to people in the bar.
Hi, how's it going?
It's been worse.
What's up?
Buddy, I think the place you're looking for is down on Bourbon.
Nothing like a good game of chess, huh?
Yeah, well, this isn't a good game. This is torture.
Oh well. Have fun.
Okay, so we might look on Bourbon
Hi.
Street.
How's it going?
Could you excuse us? We're talking here.
Hello there.
Excuse me? I was talking to the lady.
And she was listening raptly, I'm sure. So, having a good game?
I'm concentrating.
Fine. All right.
Okay, let's utilize this possible hint. Okay, we don't actually have a location on Bourbon Street yet.
Gabriel doesn't see any use in consulting that. The other park visitors...
Okay. So okay, the other park visitors aren't really point of discussion.
Gabriel cannot do anything with the chancel.
Unfortunate.
Gabriel cannot do anything with the chancel.
That's all classified as Chancellor then.
At least the cherubs are an aesthetic way of asking for donations. That door must lead to the priest's side of the confessionals. Curtain confessionals are a subtle, old-fashioned presence on the left of the nave.
Let's see about the confession.
The confessional is empty, and there does not seem to be a priest.
May I help you, my child?
Can I ask you a few questions?
The confessional is not the best place for interviews, son. You can contact the parish offices if you need private counseling.
I understand. Thanks, Father.
Is there anything else?
What a blessing!
Could you give me a blessing?
Do you feel the need for a blessing, son?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
All right, if it will comfort you.
The priest blesses Gabriel through the confessional window.
Peace be with you, son.
Thank you, Father.
Well, certainly less fruitful than I would have hoped.
You white-faced geek! You want to eat my fist?
Since Gabriel can't read lips, he's disinclined to start a conversation.
Why, you nasty thing, you! I'll call the police, I will!
I imagine we don't really have anything we can directly interact with.
Hey, stop picking on me! I'll tell my dad!
We don't need to end up leaving before more mime shenanigans happen. Because that seems to be getting us quite trapped. I imagine musicians would normally be... This is a clue that I need from the Overlook. Which could be feasible, of course. The odd witch. We can see through these, we cannot see normally, perhaps. Or is it either matching music to hear? Seems it would just be proximity though.
There is... that doesn't work. Gabriel can't do anything with the bill.
I wasn't clicking on the building. Let's see which one has the matching music.
The Cajun band is a little busy for that right now.
Why, you nasty thing, you. I'll call the police, I will.
Okay, so again it seems... that any interaction here would come at a different point.
Gabriel doesn't want to take that out of the park. The garbage can has no function other than to take whatever people throw at it.
So it's probably a case of needing to utilize more of our functions in some other ways. Do enjoy your luck, yeah. I feel like what I need is would be in the bookshop.
Hello.
The excitement.
Grace would have a fit if
So I was to find out what Caprice and Core means.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Possession means possessed. That's handy to know.
But he's only focusing on...
It's an ashtray.
the German dictionary rather than the French
The
one.
books on the desk all need repair work. The books cannot be operated. Gabriel's had all those books in the bathroom and doesn't care to read them again. Gabriel's had all those books.
That gives me something.
Gabriel selects a volume of German poetry that he always found strangely compelling.
Drei Drachen. Drei Drachen kriechen in meinen Schlaf. Die Seele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
That's nice. Kinda creepy, though. Who's the author?
Heinz Ritter. I'm not sure what it says.
Welcome, Mysterium.
The guy was
How have you
born
been?
Sick puppy.
It has been a while indeed. Far too long.
Gabriel cannot open. The wastebasket overflows with crumpled pages of mediocre glory.
I've missed you too. How have you
All
been
my
as of
clothes
late?
look the same, so why change them?
The typewriter is too heavy to lug round.
You can use it. But to what end?
Writer's block.
Of course, writer's block.
Gabriel might as well leave that here. Gabriel might as well. A little cold bubbly and brie cheese is about all Gabriel's fridge ever has in it. A poster on the wall advertises Mardi Gras, the biggest party of the year in New Orleans. Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy the shelves above his desk. Jeans and T-shirts. There is nothing to... It's Gabriel's...
Lunch is very important. What have you gotten for lunch? Or should I figure out things I'm overlooking as far as puzzle pieces?
I'm going out.
Have fun.
Okay.
I knew you'd miss me.
Oh,
Chicken sandwiches are always satisfying.
Got a minute, Grace?
what's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have more messages for me?
Here's a strange one. You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter. He said he was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany. Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
Do you have more messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What do you want?
He left an interesting message. He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's H-U-M-P-H-R-E-Y.
Fascinating.
And that he left some photos for you at the station, at the front desk.
It's about time.
Okay.
Gabriel, those photos wouldn't have anything to do with the voodoo murders, would they?
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new voodoo book?
A writer has certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character is a female orthodontist. You gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough. Thanks. Anyway, that's all the messages. Thank God.
Now that you mention it, he does indeed.
See you later.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, so we do have some new locations. Let's start with Lee Station. Keep things nice and local. Let's ask some questions.
Got a second, officer? What can I do you for?
Let's start with the photographs.
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk. Is that right? And who are you? My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight. Yeah, I got something for you, all right. As soon as you're done talking, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
I'm here to see Detective Mosley. He's out at a crime scene. Sorry. Where is the crime scene? Is it related to the voodoo murders? Crime scene information is police confidential. We don't need any more looky-loos than are probably already there.
I recognize that voice from somewhere.
Tell me about yourself. Who, me? I'm the Desk Sergeant Frick. Why? Frick? That's right. You got a problem with that? Not at all. What can you tell me about St. John's Eve? Bunch of crazies out there on St. John's Eve, that's what. We're busy all night. Really? What kind of crazies? Your usual howl at the mooners, I guess. They don't look no weirder than them that comes in during Mardi Gras. Never can tell, though. Do you know what caprice encore means? Can't say that I do. What do you know about the voodoo murders? I'm not allowed to give out information on police cases.
Fair enough.
Here's that envelope for you, Gabriel Knight. Thanks.
Much appreciated.
Hey, nice precinct. Think so? That's peachy. That means more to me than you could know. Hey, it's a beignet guy.
Great, I'm starved.
Stay put, you. Hey, grab me 3, would ya?
Sure.
I mean, you are fortunate that I do not have control presently, because I would not have stayed put.
Thanks.
Gabriel can't do anything with the officer from the front lobby.
Okay, so
Gabriel can't do...
let's go ahead and head out. I don't know where the crime scene is presently. Let's go ahead and visit our dearest grandmother in the meantime.
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
Sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give us a kiss. Now come and sit down. Tell me how you're doing. Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime. Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help? Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? I remember when I was a girl, we always had a St. John's Eve Mass. The Mass was said at midnight, and we held candles. One time on the way home, we were waylaid by a large group of drunken revelers. They didn't hurt us, but I was frightened. My father was furious. We never went to St. John's Eve Mass after that.
Understandable.
Do you have any idea what Caprice encore means?
Something without something, I think. My French is so rusty. I swear my mind is going.
It's okay, thanks.
That's about what I've been put together as well.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him. Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. They were 2 peas in a pod.
There is nothing to open a...
I'm going to go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
Oh, there's certainly going to be so much dust.
The trunk doesn't operate.
So what things we need to actually identify?
The old trunk look like it's gone to hell and back. That box of knickknacks has been up there for at least 5 years. It's a lady's hat from the 1920s.
From Gran...
It's one of Grandma's old parlor tables. An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic. It doesn't seem to be running at the moment.
At the moment? So, what can we...
It looks pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I think I'll leave that up.
Gabriel doesn't want to take the clock.
I think I'll take Daddy's sketchbook with me.
Those 2 objects would have no effect on each other. Those 2 The envelope has Gabriel... The envelope has Gabriel's name written on it. Misspelled.
Of course they would misspell it.
Well, Gran, I better get going.
All right, dear.
Alright. So back to the bookshop, and...
Hey, Grace. Here I am.
Oh. Those 2 objects would have no effect. Those two are... Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook.
Okay.
Gabriel opens the manila envelope and finds 2 photographs. The murder photo has nothing written on it. One of the photos from Moseley is an official Voodoo Murders crime scene shot. A graphic close-up of a victim.
Graphic indeed.
The photograph of Moseley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. That doesn't seem to work that way.
I should look at the sketchbook before talking to...
Good luck.
before leaving grandmother's place.
Gabriel, come in.
Hi, Gran.
Make yourself at home, son.
Alright, let's see if we can have another chat. Probably a more substantial one this
Can we
time.
talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Okay, nothing new there.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything about it, dear. Of course, it was very big in New Orleans at one time, but you don't hear about it so much these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
Okay, what about the voodoo
What do
murders?
you know about the voodoo murders?
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want to. I sometimes wonder what this world is coming to.
Very fair.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is very southern. Of course, though, not as much as it used to be when I was a girl. It's gotten much more influenced by the East Coast and that California stuff. Still, it hasn't changed as much as other places, I reckon. We've always been happy here.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Oh, surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
Oh, come on, Gran.
All right, dear. What do you want to hear?
Okay. What happened before you met grandfather?
Tell me about before you met Granddaddy.
Well, you know I was born Rebecca Wright. My daddy owned a lot of land outside of town. We grew peas, corn, cotton, all kinds of things. It was a good childhood, but my father was very strict. He didn't much let me out of his sight.
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked defying her family. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be a sweet gesture.
Maybe I will. Well, Gran, I better get going.
All right, dear.
Right, I'm glad I opted in for some lengthier inquiry.
Please.
Excuse me, sir.
What you need, boy?
You must enjoy the company of dead folks.
Unlike the living, they ain't never given me no reason to dislike them none.
Oh, enough, I suppose. Okay, what's this?
The marks are reddish in color and reminds Gabriel of crossings. They look like they've been here a few days at least. This is the tomb of Marie Laveau, voodoo queen of New Orleans. Odd-looking marks adorn the Laveau tomb wall.
We'll definitely be citing her later on.
This old tomb is in a sorry state of disrepair.
There's probably no one left in the family to maintain it.
Okay, why don't we follow this individual?
I'm sorry to bother you.
Yeah? What can I do for you?
Mind if I pick your brain a minute?
Go ahead. These folks ain't in no hurry.
Very fair. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Toussaint Gervais. I'm the watchman here at St. Louis #1.
What exactly do you do here?
Oh, I keep the place tidy, cause, but a big part of my job, too, is looking out for the grievers, you know. People come to pay their respects, and they need looking out for. Sometimes they so grief-bound they don't know what they doing. You know why the dead are buried in tombs and not in the ground, don't you? The water table's too high. Them coffins would float right out of their graves. Them dead would go floating right down into the water. Cause if it was Mardi Gras, nobody'd even notice.
Okay, do you know about Caprice Encore?
Do you have any idea what Caprice Sans Coeur means?
No, can't say that I do.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
Why, St. John the Baptist is the patron saint of voodoo. Sometimes we get some weird goings on in that cemetery on that night. More often a few nights before. People taking grave dirt, bones, and more.
That's pretty disgusting.
Yep. Don't know what they do with them, but it can't be pretty.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
They say it was part of an old religion from Africa, brought here by slaves.
Okay.
Ain't it just awful, them finding those bodies with voodoo things around them? I don't think there's any real voodoo going on. Somebody's trying to cover their tracks is all.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Seem like everybody want to visit New Orleans at least once in their lives. And they love the cemetery too. I see tourists in here every day of the year.
Thank you very much.
The Wright family tomb. Several of Gabriel and Grant's family members are laid to rest here. The tomb is securely shut.
About what I thought.
There's nothing on the tomb to operate.
So just these two particular locations. Let's find out. Very important to explore. That seems important.
An angel draped dramatically over a stone plinth marks the entrance to a large tomb. The imposing tomb is elaborately labeled Gede. The plate is locked in position. There's a keyhole on the plate, but Gabriel can't operate that without a key.
So we need a key first. We'll definitely be back here. Okay.
Hey, Grace.
I'm not got any new information. It's not something that we need.
I'm going out.
See ya.
To find a crime scene to discuss further with Mosley, it seems.
I knew you'd miss. See you later.
See?
You know, we're still lacking needs.
Nice to see you too, Gran.
Make yourself at home, son.
I'm going up the attic again.
Enjoy yourself, dear.
Trunk seems important, and mostly has the clock top bit.
Nothing happens. A ring of 6 symbols surround the face of the clock. A sword, a sun, an angel, a noose, an eclipse, and a dragon.
So, a dragon.
Why move that part of the clock?
And we've definitely brought a lot of German into relevance. Let's see if I can go back to the poem.
Well, Gran,
All right, dear.
So there's a poem that provided a lot of convert.
Gabriel selects a volume of German poetry that he always found strangely compelling.
Drei Drachen kriechen in meinen Schlaf. Die Ziele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
Let's go over that one more time. Probably multiple more times, honestly.
Gabriel selects a volume of German poetry that he always found strangely compelling.
Drei Drachen kriechen in meinen Schlaf. Die Ziele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
Slowly to put this together.
Gabriel selects a volume of German poetry that he always found strangely compelling.
Drei Drachen kriechen in meinen Schlaf. Die Ziele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
It's not what a seal in life, I think.
Gabriel selects a volume of German poetry that he always found strangely compelling.
Drei Drachen kriechen in meinen Schlaf. Die Ziele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
Okay.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Also, it might be Flourish.
Please.
Probably some nice foreshadowing. Especially possibly for those who dig into the German dictionary.
Grandson, but
Me.
I'm going up the attic.
The hands do not appear to have any mechanical function other than to move. The face of the clock doesn't move. The face of the clock.
Not trying to click on the face. Okay.
Nothing happens.
Granddaddy, you old fox.
Okay.
Gabriel doesn't want to take.
So what else do we get here?
Those two objects. The letter. It was sent from a place called Schloss Ritter in Rittersberg, West Germany. The letter is addressed to mein Sohn Heinz and signed Wilhelm Ritter. One of the reoccurring words strewn throughout the letter is the word Schattenjäger. The only thing that Gabriel can decipher about the letter is a sense of urgency in the handwriting and in the heavy use of quill-tipped bold strokes and underlining. The old photograph showed Gabriel's grandfather with two other men that Gabriel has not identified.
Okay.
The back of the photo has
So who are these men?
That's it. Take a load off, honey.
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
That one in the middle is your grandfather. Those other two I don't know.
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
No, dear. I'm afraid I don't speak a word of German.
Unfortunate.
Well, Gran, I better get going.
All right, dear.
There's not as much as I can really get going here. I think. This was Nuki what I didn't talk to her about yet.
Can we talk?
We can indeed. A couple of matters, even.
Heinz Ritter. Oh, Gabriel. Where did you hear that name?
I found a letter in Granddaddy's clock.
I promised I'd never tell you or your father. But I suppose it doesn't matter now.
Tell me, Gran.
Your granddad's name was Heinz Ritter before he came to America. He changed it to Harrison Knight legally when he arrived.
Okay.
Schattenjäger? Schattenjäger. How odd, Gabriel. I haven't heard that word in years. My goodness, you've given me a chill. Your granddad used to say that sometimes in his sleep.
Really? Do you know what it means?
No, I'm afraid not. I asked him about it once. I don't think he answered me. Odd.
Thanks, Gran.
Okay. That's a sense of
Well,
direction.
Gran, I better get going.
All right, dear.
Oh.
Okay.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Have you ever heard of a Schattenjäger?
No. Is that a voodoo word?
I don't think so. It's German.
No, but it has a nice ring, doesn't it? Schattenjäger. Sure.
Okay, so no research to request.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
I'm going out.
See ya.
Okay.
Hello.
Really?
So let's go back over anything that we've discovered.
I'm going in.
Hmm.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Never heard of it.
Well, I was brief and straightforward. Understandable.
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
About Detective Mosley.
I told you he's not here. Can't say that I have. That sounds dirty.
Okay, so still no reasonable lead here. It seems to be truly interactive, right? Let's get a nice look around again. Okay. Okay, there is a new individual around. Let's see if that police officer will be more helpful.
Good day, officer.
Yeah, you too. Keep moving.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Not now, buddy. I'm busy.
I should have noticed that. Thanks.
Yeah, right.
Coroner requests assistance at Monologues.
A cop has driven his motorcycle into the park. Something Gabriel would probably never get away with. On the motorcycle is a police radio.
Anyone seen Joe?
The radio's gonna be important. Okay, so mine will just follow the one who walks up to it. So we don't get angry at it. Mime seems quite unbothered.
Hey, cut that out. I told you to stop that. All right, mister. You want some of this?
That doesn't work that.
Okay. Can we use the radio then?
Gabriel picks up the headset and listens.
Ambulance 911, have you located the crime scene? They've radioed for you 3 times.
Damn! Did you say it was north of the Lake Retreat Country Club?
South. Lakeside Drive north of Piedmont Pier, south of the country club.
Man, I don't know if it's the clouds out here today or what. Good thing this guy's already dead.
Everyone's having trouble. Must have been hallucinogens in the coffee this morning.
It's just so misty out here.
What the herring?
Hey, I see a squad car. Got it, Molly.
Thank God. Have a good one, 9-1.
Interesting.
Stupid mime. Hey, you! Get away from that bike.
Sorry.
Sorry, Officer Presley. I was just so curious. Okay.
The crime scene team is still at the site. Gabriel parks a bit out of the way and walks over to avoid adding to the general confusion.
Hey, mostly.
Huh? Night, you wiener. I told you not to call me that.
Feeling jumpy?
Who, me? Don't be stupid. How'd you find me?
Oh, I was just driving by.
Mm-hmm. Well, for the book. But don't tell anyone I let you see this, huh?
Okay. I can agree with that.
It's another one, as you can see. Same M.O. and no frickin' clues. We're still waiting on an ID for the body.
That's disgusting. Isn't this a rather, public area for this kind of thing?
Yeah, they're frickin' ghosts, these guys. Lakeshore Drive isn't exactly the 10 expressway, but it is open to the public. No reports and nothing. Now, who the hell is that?
That's a good question.
Good day, Miss Getty.
What's going on, officer?
Detective Mosley, ma'am. We've got a little problem here, but nothing for you to be concerned about, Miss Getty.
I see. Thank you, detective. And good day, gentlemen.
Okay. There's the importance of Getty.
I'm in love.
Forget it. That's Malia Getty. She's about as far out of your reach as the moon. Probably on her way to meet some guy with a yacht right now.
Near here?
The lake's a popular place for country clubs.
If she's out here a lot, maybe she saw something or heard something.
Man, nobody ever sees or hears nothing. I told you. Besides, you just don't go around bothering people like her.
What do I
We've
do?
about wrapped it up, sir. It's another clean sweep.
Yeah, let's get the meat wagon moving then.
Do you want to leave an officer here, sir?
Nah, just leave the tape up for a few days.
Yes, sir. If you'll excuse us, sir, we'll take him away.
Stick around and take notes for the book if you want. Watch out for the muck in the water moccasins, though. I'll be back at the station. Stop by if you want to go over the case some more.
Thanks.
Can discuss things with you elsewhere.
There seems to be a pattern to the lines in the sand. But if there is a pattern, it's smeared. There seems to be a pattern to the lines in the
I got it
sand.
too early.
But if there is a pattern, it's smeared. There's only one small area that's clearly defined.
Is all utilized magnifying glass?
The lines in the sand are fairly large. Magnification wouldn't make them any clearer.
Oh, that's fair.
Out down the spot. Will these pristine banks ne'er be cleaned again?
Okay, we can at least talk to Mosley. Which I think is an important step. We need to learn a little bit more about some of our other claws. In theory.
Gabriel can't do it.
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
Okay. I have permission to actually walk. Okay, so let us interact with the other officers.
Can I ask you a few questions, ma'am?
I'm sorry, sir, but I really have to finish these reports.
Very fair.
Detective Mosley. Hard at work, I see.
Yeah, what is it, you wanker?
Okay.
So, how's it hanging, bud?
Lousy. I hate crime scenes. People are sick fucks. You know that, Knight?
I'm starting to get that impression. Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Very well.
Tell me about yourself.
For the book?
Sure, why not?
Okay, what do you want to know?
Okay.
Oh,
It's your...
what's the status on the Voodoo murders case?
It's going. Can't seem to make any progress, though. Sluggish damn cases. Weird.
How about getting me some coffee?
Coffee? You want coffee?
Should that surprise you?
Nah, you've always been a caffeine addict. It's just that what we got here hardly qualifies.
So, I'm desperate.
It's your stomach. I'll get you some when we're done talking.
That long?
All right, I'll go now.
Okay, so you can acquire some coffee.
Don't touch anything while I'm gone.
I really do want to touch things.
Mosley's office looks a lot like his room at college. Police department memos and other didactic blurbs.
A very brief moment of not anything, if need be.
Here, drink it.
Keep that in mind as anything important
Thanks.
later on.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
I got those photographs you left for me.
Really? Great. What'd you think?
Astonishingly lifelike.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Got any more ideas for photos for the book?
A cop author photo might be nice.
You and me? Together?
Why not? Of course, you'll have to try to tone down your masculinity.
Well, okay. Now I'll call the police photographer.
Anyone will not such anything, I presume.
Franks, come here a minute, would you? Bring your camera.
Or maybe not quite. It's a lot of waiting though.
What did you need, Detective Mosley?
We need a picture, please. And make it a good one, huh, sweetheart?
Sure, sweetheart.
Say, chintzy.
Was there anything else, Knight?
Nope, that's about it.
Great. Thanks, Franks. Hey, I made a rhyme.
You're astonishing, mostly.
Hey, don't call me that in front of the lady, wise guy.
Can I ask you about... Do you know anything about the patterns around the bodies?
Yeah, weird, huh? All 7 victims had those little marks around. We got all the marks on file, but we haven't figured out what, if anything, they mean.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
There's voodoo that goes on in this city, sure. I looked into it a bit at the beginning of this case. But the voodoo stuff found at the crime scenes is all fake. It doesn't have anything to do with the real stuff. I know, I asked some experts. It's intimidation tactics, that's all.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Lots. Can you be more specific?
Okay.
What kind of evidence have you found?
No fingerprints. A few bare footprints. Found a few fibers, but not many. The weirdest one was leopard fur.
Leopard fur? How many murders have there been so far?
7 murders have so far been linked to the voodoo murders case. Now, the first murder occurred about 8 weeks ago. The M.O. was the same in each murder. Lake Pontchartrain was the 7th.
Okay.
What's the coroner say?
The victim's heart is always ripped out of the chest and missing. We haven't located a single one of them.
Oh, lovely. Any idea what they do with them?
Don't even want to know. Also, the coroner says some of the victims had heart attacks before the incision. Literally scared to death. The knife wounds are consistent with a long, narrow, wavy-edged knife. Probably a ritualistic dagger.
Any witnesses?
Nope. There's never been a single witness. No one's even heard a disturbance. It's damned weird. Like they just don't want people to see, so nobody sees nothing.
Know anything about the victims?
The victims are all out of towners. We still don't know why.
Okay.
Do you know anything about the killers?
At least 20 people attend the killings. We know this from the variety of footprints found at the scenes.
Footprints? Aren't those as good as fingerprints?
Can be. But we'd have to have a suspect in custody first, and the suspect would have to match one of the few distinct prints we had. Most of the footprints are smudged, trodden over, unreadable. These guys are so casual in their expertise, it's maddening. Like they know we'll never find them.
Describe the crime scenes.
Now there's the corpse itself, minus the heart. Around where the body was killed, we find marks and flour and blood. There are traces of wax from candles, red and black. Ordinary wax candles, so the lab reports. Also blood and feathers of chickens. Also goat's blood. And plenty of the victim's own, of course.
Oh, nothing, never mind.
Sure, no problem.
Can I see the other 6 patterns?
Sure. People like that kind of stuff, don't they? Might make the book seem more mysterious. Go talk to Officer Franks. Tell her I said you could see the file.
Okay, much appreciated.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You and me grew up together. You tell me. It's a pretty nice place, even seeing the stuff I see. You know, the quarter's getting a bit too wild, though. Getting hard to control. Not quite what it was when you and me used to hang here, but hell, I've never known anything else.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
That's coming up, isn't it? We get some occasional weirdness in the quarter, but nothing much. Used to have a lot of strange things happen, though, so I hear.
Do you have any idea what capriccio means?
Hell no. Is that French? My mother spoke it, but I always had a hard enough time just speaking English.
True enough. Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No. Ha! Is that anything like a Chuck Yeager?
I don't think there's any relation. I got those.
So you...
Let's take another cop off that shot.
What for?
I don't think we got your best side.
Really? Okay. I'll have Franks come in again.
Okay.
Franks, come back in here with that camera.
Now what, sir?
That clown wants another picture. You don't mind, do you?
Of course not. What else could I possibly have to do?
Anything else, Knight?
Nope, that's about it.
It's still an important option, but I'm caught up in the kind of conversation, I think.
The suit doesn't open.
I was trying to open the suit.
Just a few questions.
Officer Frick or Detective Mosley could probably be more help, sir.
We need to talk, right?
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Can you get a file for me?
What file would that be?
The Voodoo Murders file? Detective Mosley said I could see it.
Really? Well, if he said so. There it is. You can look at it all you want, but don't leave this area with it, okay? And no photocopies either, I'm afraid.
Of course. I understand completely.
Right. That's all we need to get the
Don't leave
photograph.
the room with that file, please.
police file contains partial... The Those two objects would have no effect.
I'm done.
Yeah, thanks.
Now we go for the photograph.
You're the writer.
I got...
Let's...
So you definitely need access to this information with more
Rex, come back
permanence.
in here with that camera.
I also probably need to compare... I need to think of more ways of actually utilizing these items.
Now what, sir? Of course.
Anything else?
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight, make it fast.
Okay, so let's... utilize the sketchbook to copy things.
Why put that in the inbox? Why put that...
Wasn't quite the
that
intention.
doesn't seem to be removed.
Let me see that file again.
The police file...
Oh, right. This will make a photocopy of it.
Just want to check this machine here.
I want to make sure everything's working. Okay, and now we put it back. Now we can go back in.
Would you just get in here? Hurry up, would you?
Okay, ready.
Thanks, hon. Let me know when you got it developed. The photos, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So the copies will be relevant to another point. I presume.
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
Okay. Alright, we have... We spoke about the crime scene for a moment. Because we do not have the 7th pattern ingrained, but we should be able to think about this properly.
Let me try to get this down.
Okay, is there anything else here? Probably.
Gabriel is on the sand and clay shore of Lake Pontchartrain, at the site where some poor bastard got to see who the voodoo murdered. Patches of grass have managed to survive life on the banks of Lake Pontchartrain.
Okay, is there anything else over here, or is it just... What's the singular screen?
The trees on the banks of the lake of patches of grass have managed to survive life on the banks of Lake Pontchartrain.
Okay. We can also do a similar thing in the cemetery, I would presume.
I want a copy of these strange marks.
Okay, so anything we want to actually try to copy down that's visual, we want to put in the sketchbook. And keep that in mind. Okay.
Hello.
Oh,
Okay, let's see if there's anything new we can get going on over here.
Got a minute, Could you
sure. What?
Okay.
Could you see
Excellent.
what you can find out about a woman named Malia Getty?
The name Getty sounds familiar. What's your interest in her?
Oh, just, you know, stuff about the voodoo murders. If you could get an address...
Mm-hmm. They're murders. Right. I'll see what I can find out. Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. Well... it's about closing time.
So it is. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gabriel. And try not to dream, okay?
Okay, so this is the end of day one. Okay. Mask I wore as I approached. I was what I am not. And though the pattern was unclear, its meaning could be bought.
Good morning. Don't you look swell today? Actually, swollen.
Oh.
So have some. There's a fresh pot on the table.
So hopefully I've learned the day-to-day
Seriously,
loop.
you look like hell. Your hair is sticking straight up like a... Oh. It always does that. Never mind.
Ha ha.
Did you dream about the fire and the hang guy and that lion thing last night?
Leopard, not lion. Did you get anything on Malia Getty?
Well, I did get her address, but you're a little out of your league here, big fella. The Gettys own 3 local hospitals, just to name a few of their assets. They run in very high circles.
Did you get an address?
I got the address. I suppose this has nothing to do with the fact that Malia Getty is incredibly gorgeous. I should have known you wouldn't go for a rich, ugly socialite.
And that address is...
Hey! Far be it from me to postpone your total humiliation. It's 557 West England. That's a garden district, a state city.
Much appreciated.
That's all I wanted to know. And yes, my dear, Malia Getty is the most dangerous-looking diversion I've ever seen. Ouch!
Oy, men.
Okay. Are there any other messages?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Nope. None right now.
Okay. So we have two main leads. One, Malia Getty. Two, the Voodoo Museum.
I'll be back later.
See ya.
Welcome, my friend.
Hello.
I am the proprietor, Dr. John. If you have any questions, I will be happy to assist.
Great. My name is Nye, and I'll probably take you up on that.
Rest assured, I have plenty of questions.
Could I ask you some questions?
That is why I am here.
Do you have any idea what Caprice encore means?
I fear my French is not all it should be, Mr.
Alright, what about St. John's Eve?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It is one of the important ceremonial nights in voodoo.
And what we talking about voodoo in general?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Historical voodoo, or the voodoo currently practiced in the city?
Okay.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The killings in the newspaper? I know that they have nothing to do with true voodoo in New Orleans.
Okay.
What do you think of New Orleans?
It is the only city in the United States as far as I am concerned.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No, I have not.
Tell me about historical voodoo.
Very well. I will start at the beginning, Mr. Knight, and will go on from there at your prompting.
Sounds good.
As you may know, voodoo is a grassroots religion formed by the mixing together of many different African tribal religions and Anglo religions, such as Catholicism or Protestantism. In other words, it is a religion born of the African slave trade. But African slaves were imported not only by the United States, but also into the West Indies, where the French and Spanish ran plantation islands. Prior to 1803, the New Orleans area was owned by France. The French Creole in those days owned many African slaves. But the Creole did not permit their slaves to gather, giving no chance for voodoo to breed here natively.
The Creole also knew enough about the corrupted pagan practices of the West Indies slaves to ban the importing of slaves from that region.
Tell me about current voodoo.
Many people think of voodoo in terms of magic spells or gree-gree. That kind of practice is actually called hoodoo, and is only a part of true voodoo. Voodoo, the religion, has a strong following in New Orleans. In fact, it is growing quite rapidly. There are several voodoo churches or temples in the city, and others all across the United States. African Americans see it as a tradition all their own. Whites, and there are many in their religion, are attracted to it because they think it is exotic. I, personally, am more interested in the history of voodoo. Some of the new movements are copying Haitian or even African voodoo. But it is the voodoo of New Orleans that I find so intriguing.
Okay, tell me about hoodoo.
What exactly is hoodoo?
Hoodoo refers to magic folk traditions of the South. Hoodoo is a bastard of voodoo. Many of the gree are similar, but hoodoo does not have the religious aspects of voodoo.
Okay, fair enough.
This is quite a place you have here.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. I have dedicated myself to the preservation of this unique culture. It is gratifying to see others reap the fruits I have sown.
Do these marks look familiar?
They look like the scribbling of a child to me.
Okay, thanks.
Alright. What about these
Do
markings?
these symbols mean anything to you?
No. They look like nonsense to me. Where did you get them, if I might inquire?
I saw them scribbled somewhere. Just graffiti ideas.
I see.
By the way, I forgot to warn you, Mr. Knight. The local cemeteries are quite dangerous. Muggers, vandals. I would avoid going there alone, if I were you.
Really? Thanks for the advice.
I'm late for that, but I do appreciate the warning. In a sense.
Thanks a lot. Bye now.
Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
May I help you? I'm sorry, but unless you have an appointment or official business, I cannot announce you.
I do official business.
Really? Please tell me the nature of your business.
I don't only have evidence of official business presently. Okay, let's keep everything nice for once over.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Oh?
Bonjour, Monsieur Walker.
Oh, bienvenue, Madame Cousin. Comment ça va? How you be feeling today?
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Walker. I'm certain someone's buried a slip-knot bag somewhere near my steps. I haven't slept a wink in weeks.
Oh, don't that beat all? You're gonna need some easy night candles then.
Do you think that would help? I do hope you're right. I said 3 rosaries this morning for Our Lady's intervention.
Rosaries are good, sure enough. But you burn those candles too, and you're gonna whip any old no-sleep Gregory, I tell you for sure.
Very well, Mr. Walker. Put them on my account and send them round to my house. Oh, and there's another thing. I didn't catch her at it, but I know Mrs. Lefebvre put stomachache powder in my tea at the last meeting of the Creole Grand Dames. Oh, I've been in misery.
You put 9 pinheads up in a little box, add a pinch of graveyard dust, and put it under her front porch step. That'll turn the trick back on Mrs. Lefebvre, and she'll be the one with the bellyache. I have the pins and the dust. Right here if you want them.
If the Blessed Virgin will grant me her protection, I'll be safe from these practitioners of evil.
Oui, madame. Though it don't hurt to be proactive none neither. Now does it?
Naturellement, monsieur. Merci beaucoup.
Mais non, madame. It is nothing. Au revoir.
Au revoir, Monsieur Walker.
So, this is a voodoo store, huh?
Voodoo? No. Man, this is a curio shop. The things you see here are from local folklore. None of it's real, I tell you for sure.
Can I ask you just a few... That customer of yours, the little old lady,
Customer?
the woman I saw in here, Madame Cazeneuve, you called her.
I don't talk about my customers to men who come in off the street. I can't tell you anything about her.
Alright, so no room for being thorough, but we could possibly have some research. That seems like it might be a reliable angle.
Hello. Could you... I need you to look up a Madame Cazeneuve.
Madame Cazeneuve? Is she related to the murders the same way your friend, Malia Getty, was?
Christ, Cazeneuve's at least 70.
As if that makes a difference to you. Okay, I'll see what I can find. Anything else?
I can't...
No, but I do appreciate it. Okay, so we know that angle is secure now?
I'm going out.
Good luck.
Okay. Still just a familiar set of folks.
This is the first page. It's a priest's shirt. With all the people in this bar, Gabriel wants to talk to that.
No, there doesn't seem to be anything else new in here. But it's still nice to pop in. And be certain that nothing's actually changed. Likewise. See if anything's changed in the park. A painter and a juggler. Okay, we do have some new faces here. I'd probably rather come back here at a later point, partially because there is quite a mess to navigate. Okay, can we get permission to go back again?
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
Thank you for your approval.
There's a temperature gauge on the wall near Mosley's office. The security cage has been removed by the electrician.
Okay. So if we're going to get any... So to figure out what the importance of this, we need to talk to Mosley first.
Hey, mostly.
It's you, God help me.
Unfortunately.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
What's the status on the Voodoo murders case?
You're as filled in as me.
Tell me about yourself.
What else do you want to know?
Got any hobbies?
Yeah, making your life miserable.
I'm serious. Don't you shoot or chew or something like that?
No, I'm a freaking ballet dancer. Chief. Yeah, I was #1 at the Louisiana State Fair Marksman Contest. I play trumpet, too. You know, put your lips together and blow.
Oh, nothing, never mind.
It's your dime.
Yeah, we probably need to start turning.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Have a good one.
Start turning the heat up. What more something of relevancy in the jacket?
It's hot.
Okay, this is where we need to actually utilize the coffee.
Air conditioning must be on the blink. Are you hot? Man, I'm hot.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
How about getting me some coffee?
What am I, your slave?
Hey, I'm working my butt off here.
Yeah, fine. Some people are never satisfied.
So we can grab from your jacket.
I think I'll just borrow this badge.
Hey, what are you doing with my coat?
Nothing. I thought I saw something crawling on it.
That's how we get into...
Just drink this.
That's how we get into...
Thanks. Tons. I mean it.
That's how we get into Miss Getty's place. Let's avoid the cemetery for a moment. Okay, nothing new at the crime scene. Alright, now we can operate the door.
May I help you? I'd like to see Malia Getty, please. I'm sorry, but unless you have an appointment or official business, I cannot announce you. I do have official business. Really? Please tell me the nature of your business.
Gabriel.
Really? How interesting. Wait here. I'll inform Ms. Getty. Ms. Getty will see you. Right this way. Ms.
Excellent.
Getty will be down shortly. Thank you.
Okay, so no interactions.
What can I do for you, Detective?
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Miss Getty?
I assume that's what you're here for, Detective.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Why would you want to know about that, Detective? It's rather silly, isn't it?
There's nothing silly about the voodoo murders.
But that voodoo is faked. That's what I've read in the papers.
That's what the papers say, all right.
But you're not convinced?
No, frankly, I'm not. The police department isn't known for its imagination.
Oh, well, I can see that your imagination is considerable.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The murders? Only what I read in the papers.
And what do you read in the papers?
I'm sure you know much more about it than I, Detective.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I believe it's some sort of local holiday, but I don't know much about it.
Not one for taking?
Do you have any idea what Cabri Saint-Gar means?
No, I don't. What does it mean, Detective?
That's confidential information, ma'am. Tell me about your life in New Orleans.
The Getty family came to New Orleans in 1800. We worked very hard to get where we are. On the other hand, we've done a lot for this community.
I can believe that. You're doing a lot for me right now. Can you tell me anything about what happened out at the lake?
I wish I could, but I've never seen or heard anything unusual at the lake, and I do spend quite a bit of time out there.
Tell me about yourself.
I suppose I don't really have a choice. What do you want to know, Detective?
What's with the family?
The Gettys? We're a very private family.
How many people are there in your family?
Well, my mother just passed away.
I am sorry.
So am I. She was a magnificent woman. We were very close. I was an only child.
And your father?
I never knew him.
It's hard to believe that any man would leave a woman like you. Or like your mother must have been.
He did not leave, Detective. But that's really none of your concern.
I'm sorry. Go on.
There are, of course, other Gettys in the city. I have a large, extended family.
I see.
What about career?
A career? Being the head of the Getty family is a 24-hour-a-day job. We have many holdings and many responsibilities, financial and otherwise. The management of our business affairs and properties leaves me with time for little else.
Poor little rich girl?
Believe it or not, Detective, wealth does have its price.
Well, for just about anything.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I do a lot of charity work around the city, primarily in the prison and reform system. I'm not a professional sociologist, but it does interest me.
What other kinds of things interest you?
What kind of things interest you?
I don't have a lot of free time, but I do appreciate the arts. Opera, symphony, ballet, fine art. If you look around, you'll see that we collect African art, for example.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
It is, Detective. It means a great deal to me.
I wouldn't know where to begin.
As you wish, Detective.
We worked hard to get here. Let's see what the flirt option.
But your eyes are really distracting. I don't think I've ever seen a color quite like that. Brownish gold. It's so deep and rich. Man, if I could bottle that, I'd make a fortune.
Thank you, Detective. That's an interesting observation, though probably not relevant to your case.
A good detective never knows what might be relevant, Miss Getty.
Then you must be truly exceptional at your job. I think this has gone on long enough. You're not really a detective, are you?
Who, me?
Well, I am on this case, Miss Getty.
I saw you at the lake yesterday. I thought you must be with the police since you were there, but you don't act like a police officer. Besides, I'm rather certain that the other man said his name was Mosley.
All right, you caught me. I'm not with the police. My name is Gabriel Knight. I'm a writer working with Detective Mosley on a book.
Well, Mr. Knight, now that we've established who you are, perhaps you can tell me the real reason you're here.
Well, I am researching the book, and I thought you might have seen or heard something at the lake.
I don't like liars, Mr. Knight.
Understandably.
Okay, you're right. I really just wanted to see you again. You can be mad at me if you want, but I swear I've never done anything like this before.
Mr. Knight, you've lied about your identity and wasted my time with meaningless questions. If it weren't vaguely flattering, I'd really be angry. You're lucky I don't call the real police. I think you should go, Mr. Knight.
Most of the questions were meaningless.
Just give me a chance.
I've wasted enough time. I'll have Robert show you out. Robert? Show Mr. Knight out, please.
I most certainly will.
Thank you very much. I had a lovely time. Ah, shit.
Well, we certainly tried. Anything new in the cathedral? Does not seem like it. It's not at first glance.
This old tomb has a sword carved into the stone below the name of the deceased. A stone angel leans down to gaze at something unseen.
So still nothing new here. But we'll need to get more from Miss Getty in due time. Okay, let's see what new things we can get here.
Interrogating the little boy wouldn't be very useful.
You dance pretty.
Give me some money then.
I don't have any.
Block the view, mister.
Could I get a lucky dog, please?
Not now, I'm busy.
An unambitious person? In the 90s? Amazing.
New elsewhere. There was still some things over here.
The jug. The juggler is busy.
For the artist.
Nice drawing of the cathedral.
Thanks.
It's really precise.
Well, I'm an architectural student, actually. It's good practice.
Could I ask you some questions?
I'd rather not. I really get focused when I'm drawing.
Okay, fine.
Okay, you are open to questions, just not presently. Hold on.
Phew, it's humid out there.
Really?
You also never actually go to today's newspaper.
Times Picayune, dated June 19, 1993. A front-page article describes the most recent of the voodoo murders. Gabriel scans it but learns nothing new. The article reiterates that the voodoo aspect of the crimes is fake. Gabriel shivers. It looked real enough to him. Elsewhere, there's an article about the history of Jackson Square, called La Plaza d'Armas. Under French rule, it was used for executions, firing squads, hanging, even impalement and breaking on the wheel. Yikes! Of course, these days it's mostly a hangout for tourists, street musicians and local artists. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Chances of a dark star rising on this day. Do not trust your instinct.
I feel a dark star rising, all right.
But we need money for...
Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Why move? Gabriel would love to move his cash register to not.
Can we utilize that?
It's certainly light enough.
Oh, okay. That's not just stores.
Gabriel opens the cash register to examine the take. Or, in the case of St. George books, the mistake.
I trust you can live without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
Okay. What is the gift certificate? For?
The $20 gift certificate for St. George's looks pitifully new, and
Okay. So it's a gift certificate for our own place, but let's see if we can utilize that to get some food.
Got some things I need to do.
See ya.
Just because the newspaper did emphasize Jackson Square as another point. So the messages in the
Those two objects with
And the newspaper are our guiding posts.
Gift certificate.
I'm busy.
It's good for $20 at St. George's Books, finest bookstore in New Orleans.
Really? I'll have to check it out sometime.
You could take this gift certificate with you, if you'll give me a lucky dog.
A lucky dog for a $20 gift certificate? Well, sure. Here you go.
Okay. You also wanted payment, but can we...
You wouldn't like a lucky dog by any chance.
Would I? Thanks, mister. You got any special requests? Let me know.
You mentioned some...
Yeah. You got one?
Can't think of anything at the moment.
Okay, then.
Hey, come back here. Hey!
Oh.
Oh, unbelievable. Rotten luck.
Can we grab it?
Gabriel can't reach the drawing from where he is.
How's it going?
Well, life sucks. I just lost 2 days worth of work.
What you working on now?
Just starting another drawing of the cathedral.
We can get the... We can get it back. We will ask some questions as a result of the gratitude. Well, eventually this paper count as a
You
special
mentioned
request.
something about special requests.
Yeah. You got one?
Can you fit through the bars around the statue?
Can I? Just watch me.
Good. There's something in there I can't quite reach. Come on. Can you reach that piece of paper?
Sure thing. Here you go. Yep. See ya.
Not appreciated.
Those two objects.
Ellis, I believe this is yours.
This belongs to you, doesn't it?
My drawing. How'd you get it?
Oh, it was a bit of a squeeze, but I hate to see you lose your work. I lost my only copy of a manuscript once.
Well, you saved my butt. Let me know if I can ever do the same for you, huh?
Okay.
Could I ask you some questions?
I'd rather not. I really get focused when I'm drawing.
Okay, fine.
Talking to that.
Do you mind if I watch you?
Be my guest.
Okay, so there's something else we need to do and get your help with, but I'm not certain what at the moment. But, ladies and gentlemen, this will bring our show tonight to a close. Thank you all very much for joining me today. We'll return tomorrow, continuing our adventures with Gabriel Knight. But, until then, let us see where we shall go tonight. Alright, so I just moving forward to Army, who's currently playing Yakuza 4. Please do give them as much of your affection as you can. Please look forward to more exploration. But in the meantime, please do all that you can to enjoy the remainder of your evening, and as always, take care and good night.